The top stories. The PM tells nations at the UN to act on climate change. A woman with Barbados-bound guns to reappear in a U.S. court next month. And 3 picket in support of ganga. Welcome to Nation News for Tuesday, September the 23rd, 2014.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your time, your way.
Prime Minister Freundel Stuart has told the climate summit at the United Nations that the world must act now on climate change. Mr. Stuart said Barbados was pushing ahead with its green energy agenda because it was not prepared to ask others to do what it was not willing to do. But he added that small nations like Barbados needed funding support in combating climate change.
We have enacted a new Electric Light and Power Act to establish the regulatory regime for the sale of electricity from renewable energy sources by independent power producers. To facilitate this, a low-interest fund has been established to provide financial and technical support to the private sector for renewable energy and energy efficiency projects. In the spirit of partnership and for the purpose of spurring innovation in pursuing Barbados' green economy targets, we are also leading and catalyzing investments in a number of strategic areas, including the conversion of biomass into electricity, in the restructuring of our sugarcane industry, the scaling up of electric vehicle deployment in the government's transportation fleet, the establishment of a pilot research and development initiative into the use of ocean energy, and the integration of LED technology in Barbados' streetlight infrastructure.
An empty transport board bus overturned earlier in St. Philip. The bus broke through concrete barriers and went off a bridge on Summervale Road just past Dodds Prison. The driver, the only person on board, was taken to the QE8 for observation. The woman caught at JFK Airport with guns, drugs and ammunition said to be destined for Barbados will reappear in a New York court next month. Yesha McPherson, a 24-year-old Canadian, was granted bail in the sum of $100,000, Barbados dollars that is, and it was not clear if the bond was paid. Ms. McPherson, who was ticketed to Barbados, was arrested on Sunday at JFK with 2 handguns, 350 rounds of ammunition, 2 clips, and 33 pounds of marijuana. She is due back in court on October the 6th. Police officers have met business owners in Warrens to discuss how they could better spot and deter potential criminal activity. Head of the Community Policing Department, Station Sergeant Stephen Griffith, said the police needed the help of others in fighting crime.
Crime prevention is not only the job of the Royal Barbados Police Force, it is the job of everyone, and everyone must play their part. What we offer at the Community Policing Department, of which I'm responsible, is that we want to enhance your awareness of the challenges that you face out there and methods in which to solve them.
And crime is the subject of this week's commentary, next on Nation News.
Increasingly, we are seeing the types of crimes associated with other countries happening right here in Barbados. Brazen acts of gun violence, robberies and stabbings have spiked violent crime statistics, even as the police report that overall crime is down. In commenting on one such article on our website, nationnews.com, an online reader said our chickens were coming home to roost. That is an indictment on us as a people, because it implies we turned a blind eye over the years. During a recent neighborhood walk, the police also said they needed the members of the public to help fight crime. We know who are engaging in criminal activity in our neighborhoods, but we turn a blind eye only to shake our heads in dismay and horror when violent acts occur. The next time you are tempted to do so, ask yourself, what will I do? when the chickens come home to roost right outside my door.
A trio of activists have made a public stand in Bridgetown in support of the legalization of marijuana. Mark Adamson, an independent candidate in the last general election, along with Calvin Bongo Lights Chase and Michael Eiffel, said police should stop harassing ganja users and the authorities should follow the lead of some states in the U.S. and make the drug legal.
When I heard everyone get baby God, we're going to break up families. The man get locked up in jail. You imagine the man get locked up in jail, the woman up there, so no income, and she go and deal with another man. And you breaking up your families. You understand? These things that we're doing to me. They got enough things that marijuana good for that I can use. I can build this country, but I'm gonna play on the run and hiding. I try to deny it. I'm from America, that one in the school could do it. We can do it too.
A statement by the Attorney General of Barbados relative to his government saying, well, they're gonna consider legalization or decriminalization when enough research has been done. Now the fact of the matter is that a lot of research has already been done. Lots of research has already been done. I mean, if you look at the India Hemp Commission, 1894, that is something that you can look at, that looked at the uses of marijuana.
Alexandra School, which is marking its 120th anniversary, has held a career showcase held under the theme commemorating, celebrating, creating the Alexandra story. Several past students shared their experience in business with current students. Over at the much younger Ellerslie School, 48 years old actually, students were given tips on Monday on conflict solving. Community Police Officer Constable Vernon Ford conducted the session, which could be considered timely given national concerns that some young people are using violence to solve disputes. The posters of outstanding Barbadians could be on display at the air and sea ports before long. Minister of Culture and Sports Stephen Lashley said talks had already started among government officials about funding of the project. The latest debate on the subject was triggered by a call from Commonwealth Games bronze medalist Shane Brathwaite. Mr. Lashley said the posters wouldn't be confined to sport, as other creative Barbadians will be featured. The minister was speaking at a celebration for some of the country's top athletes at his office. In sport, the West Indies women's winning streak against New Zealand is over. New Zealand won the first T20 cricket match by 7 wickets at Arnolds Vale in St. Vincent. West Indies scored 92 for 3 of their 20 overs, a modest score which New Zealand overhauled with 3 overs to spare. And finally, imagine being in a near constant state of arousal. Well, that has happened to an American man whose back injury led to a condition giving him 100 orgasms a day. And he says it's ruining his life. 37-year-old Dale Decker of Wisconsin said he has suffered a condition known as persistent genital arousal syndrome since he slipped a disc in his back and discovered he had 5 orgasms during the drive to the hospital. Mr. Decker said he has since experienced up to 100 orgasms per day, and the condition is less pleasant than it sounds. He said doctors have thus far been unable to help him. And that's Nation News for Tuesday. For more, log on to our website, nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And get your Midweek Nation on Wednesday from your newsstand.